I'm Lily.
And I'm Kiev. And welcome to the portal of our minds.
How to know they're not the one.
How to know? If the niggas ain't shit. Damn, my eyes look really
And
good.
that's that. Hope you enjoyed.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another piece of our minds. And today what we have for you is how to know they're not the one.
5 ways to know they're not the one.
5 ways to know they're not the one. Y'all got that though. It was like that game where you hold up a number, or like a picture comes up and you have to try to guess what the pictures are and it's a word. It's kind of like that.
Number 1.
Disclaimer, this is all coming from personal experience and what we know. Trust. There is no trust. There are no boundaries. There is no, I'm going to let you have the key to my house and let you walk up in this. You got to knock. I'm going to still take 10 minutes to come answer the door.
But I do want to say, just because they do give you the key does not mean they're the one either. Because I've had dudes give me their key and
they ain't.
Yeah, you know, that doesn't mean anything. But trust. So are they always, who you texting, who you talking to, who you about to go see, they're not the one. And most of the times, those suspicious ass people that are always wondering what you're doing are the ones doing that shit, because they feel that guilt. They're like, well, if I'm doing it, then they're probably doing it too. But if they think, oh, I would never do that, so they would never do that. That's how you know.
Moving on to number 2.
Controlling. So this actually plays hand in hand a lot into trust, because if they don't trust you, they're going to want to control you. But even if they do trust you and they're trying to control you, like, you can't wear that in public. Like, if they trusted you, they wouldn't care what you wore. Or trusting or controlling who your friends are. You can't be friends with that person. You can't talk to that person anymore. That is very controlling. And if your significant other is doing that, they're probably not the one. Or even controlling what you do, controlling your occupation, anything. If they're trying to control anything, how much time you spend with family, they're not the one.
Another way they can be controlling is when you first interact with each other, they start to learn your weaknesses. They start to play off of your weaknesses and start to control your life through the weaknesses that you've shown. They try to take stuff that you've given them and use it as ammunition. There's a big bug right there.
It was a big ass mosquito. I was like, oh.
But they try to take the stuff that you've told them about your personal life and who you are and use it for ammunition and fuel to control how your relationship is governed. And it's really a mental thing that really messes you up in the head, and it plays along into trust. You can't, if you start noticing someone starting to control you, how can you trust that person? There's no trust.
Exactly.
Moving on to number 3.
If they keep making mistakes, first of all, I want to say everyone makes mistakes, and that's okay. But if they're making mistakes that are hurting you, and then they say sorry, but then they continue to make that same mistake over and over and over, and then they think it's okay. Oh, I said sorry, so it's fine. You should just forgive me.
Yeah,
That's not how it works. Through past relationships, I've actually become numb to the words I'm sorry. Like, when people say I'm sorry, it literally just in one ear, out the other. Like, you need to show me that you actually care about me and that you actually are going to try to better yourself for the team, you know, because a relationship is not like a one-person dealio. It's a 2-person
one
dealio.
person, 100% the other. It's not 50-50.
Exactly. It's not 50-50. It's 100-100.
Like, when you guys get into arguments and the fights and you guys are at each other's throats, and then finally that person just finally gives up. It's like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And you're like, I don't really believe you, because you said that the last couple of times. They're gonna be like, no, this time's different, I swear, just please give me another chance. I swear I'm gonna make this thing work.
Not the one. If you ever have to hear that, they're not the one. I just got like gross chills just because I've heard that so many times. If I ever saw that again, I mean, I'm with the love of my life now. I don't
you ain't gonna see that again.
But if I did, like, if I could go back in time to my old Lily and like see that playing, I would be going like this.
What did you doing, honey? hide your kids, hide your Wi-Fi. They out here trying to manipulate everyone. Moving on to number 4. They don't support your dreams. They are very unsupportive.
That kind of goes like, I mean, that kind of just says it, you know, like if you're super excited about, you know, you have this dream or this whatever, but they are more concerned about themselves.
There's like, oh, okay. Cool.
Then they're not the one. So this is actually really important. So if you're going to find the one, you know, it's really hard if your dreams aren't similar, you know, because for example, our dreams are like exactly the same, but in past relationships, because I have this big dream, you know, we have these big dreams of helping people and spreading our word and all these things. But if one person is like, oh yeah, cool, it's really hard for it to work out, because
it lowers your self-esteem so low. You feel so tiny and vulnerable in that moment that one person you thought you could trust and depend on doesn't believe in you, and that's so hurtful.
And you also got to remember, you start to turn into the people that you're around the most. So if their energy, say your energy's right here and their energy's right here, the more time you spend with them, you're gonna match up. So it's really
you're
important
gonna start not believing in your own dreams.
Exactly. So it's really important to really find that person that's gonna be up here with you, or if you're down here, you know, find that person that's down here with you. Like, it's really important, like, because we can't be here to change people like that. We're not here. I mean, we can do that, but we're not here
we're
to
here to grow
to
as ourselves, not grow as another person. It's literally like someone taking a giant king-size turd on your brand new car. That's what it feels like. It pisses you off. It makes you sad. It's really, and it sucks that it's coming from someone who you're supposed to have trust and have loving with your whole heart, you know? Moving on to number 5. They love to lie.
Point blank period. You ain't gonna lie to someone that you truly wholeheartedly love. You just can't do it. You shouldn't be able to have the capacity to do that if you truly love someone, you know? Like, if I were to ever try to lie to him,
eventually or sooner or not, either I'd figure it out as she's trying to tell me to lie, or she'd come back later and be like,
I mean, if it's true love, you really can't lie.
You
like,
can't
you
lie.
just can't.
You just be like upfront and honest about everything.
But even if I even imagine trying to lie, I can imagine the guilt would just eat at you. So if they're lying over and over and that guilt is not eating at them,
they don't love you.
Continuing to lie, they don't love you. They're not the one. Sorry, hunty.
For those of you that are in really bad relationships right now, or for you, it may not look like a bad relationship, but so many people are telling you you're in a really toxic relationship. You really need to look at the things that are being told to you, fed from that person. Because in your eyes, that person might still look all surrounded in this golden hue of light. Like, oh my goodness, you're telling me all these things, but all these other people are telling me so many other things that you've done. I don't know what to believe. And then you tend to find out certain things through certain situations. That's how relationships go downhill. You find out lies, you dissect them, and it, like, one lie is like a trickle effect when you drop a water in a pond. It's gonna spread out. It's
and another
snowball effect. That's what it is.
A lie cannot last forever. The truth always comes out. So keep that in mind and listen to your gut, because as humans, we have this thing called intuition.
It tends to always be right.
We know when we're in love. A lot of times we're blinded by that, and we're deciding to like creep behind all the things that we know is wrong, try and cover it up with, well, it's because of this, it's because of this. No, they don't care about you. Just watch out, because if they're a liar, they're not for you. Truth always comes out.
It really does. But we hope that helped. If you guys need any more relationship advice, drop it in the comments. Please, if you're in a bad relationship, please
leave.
Realize your self-worth. With that being said, we love you guys. Peace.
Love you guys.